welcome to Board Game Empire. Today we're going to be doing a review of Disney Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliance's Leading the Charge expansion.
Okay, we just finished playing. I won. Quinn kept talking big smack during the whole game, so I'm happy I won from beginning to end. So, but I saw the one character that pretty much kind of stalled him, whereas my characters, for some reason, were able to last longer. But the three main characters that are in this expansion is Elsa, which is for the most part a healer, Scar, which damage to the max. He's awesome. Really like his skill abilities. Quinn has Scar and Buzz Lightyear, and Buzz Lightyear, which is kind of mediocre.
Yeah, he doesn't really. He more like moves other characters, but he doesn't really deal any damage.
Yeah,
like at all.
He's kind of light in the damage, and he doesn't really heal, and he doesn't move far or has a lot of movement space. So he's kind of just mediocre.
Well, it kind of makes sense how like this character is like a lion who does a lot of damage. Elsa's a spellcaster which heals, and Buzz Lightyear is just a toy.
Yeah. So we're just gonna talk over how we play the game, and then also like what we liked about each character and what kind of deck we think it would be best suited for. So, what do you think about Buzz Lightyear?
I think Buzz Lightyear is kind of underwhelming. I expected him to do more damage because I noticed like he has a lot of range, but his skills, I don't think he has a single skill that does more than 2 damage.
Yeah, he was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Let's see if he does have a skill that does more than 2 damage. I doubt it.
He only has 2 skills that do damage.
He has one that does 3 multiple damage to different things, but it's just 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 spaces. Oh, this one does 3 damage, which you didn't obtain.
But you have to be adjacent to it, though.
So
you have to be.
He has 1 out of the whole deck of his, and for the most part, his just moves characters.
Yeah, so, I feel like moving isn't really that beneficial considering there's so many like abilities that just move your characters. I don't really see the value in being able to move your other characters as one other space.
What's this upgrade? At the beginning of your ending phase on Buzz Lightyear's turn, you may deal 1 damage to a rival that was already damaged. That would have been beneficial if he upgraded it. So there's where his damage is beneficial in the upgrade. Prior to that, when he's just, before upgrade, he really is mediocre. He doesn't really do much. He's like...
I think he relies too much on his upgrade.
Yeah. And
he's really hard to upgrade because these 2 I would say, are probably the hardest ones to get. Like that one over there, the wind, that one's really hard to get.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could see him at a deck where, I don't know if there's a character that allows you to do multiple skill abilities. Because if he was able to do multiple skill abilities, then that would be beneficial. Yeah, even the upgrade, deal 1 damage to a rival 2 spaces away that was already damaged. Yeah, so if that's where he would be beneficial.
Yeah, I think that with the other characters in the expansion, I think if you played all of them, he kind of would be like the weakest link out of all of them because because he really doesn't like connect with the other characters.
Yeah, he has like no beneficial for the other team. I mean, yeah, he can move characters, which is kind of good because you can move characters into more damaged areas where your other teammates can attack and kill them. But for him himself, he doesn't stand apart. He's not in the battle really.
Yeah.
So, and
also he's like a really easy target because pretty much when you're like attacking him, he all depends on range. So when you're up close to him, he basically is defenseless.
I mean, he does have adequate health 8. So and if your opponent kills Buzz Lightyear, he only gets 5, which is one of the lower ones.
Yeah.
So I can see why, and that's why the higher ones are always the ones that are pretty much when they're KO'd are the better characters because they could do more stuff. But Buzz Lightyear, I would say, is probably the weakest one out of the new expansion. Okay, so we'll talk about Elsa next. Elsa is phenomenal. She can heal. She has a 9 health, and bad thing is when she dies, your opponent gets 7 victory points.
The thing is, though, is that Scar is like the ultimate counter because his ability, you don't even have to upgrade him to do this. If Scar is on a victory point space, which he pretty much was the whole game, as long as you don't move, he'll be on there. Whenever a rival will recover health, they instead recover.
Well, we're doing Scar next after this one.
Oh, I was just saying how this Scar counters that character.
Yeah, it does. So, and like he said, pretty much that's one thing with Scar. If you heal next to him, it pretty much
damages you.
It damages you. But
yeah,
Elsa, when she's upgrading immediately after upgrading Elsa, up to 1 rival with range 2 gains. What's that?
2 immobilize.
Immobilize, draw a card. Banish 2 cards from your discard pile to give Elsa invulnerable. So pretty much she's okay. She's more like a spellcaster, and she puts stuff that help you stay alive longer.
Yeah. She
also heals. I think that she's probably one of the characters that helped me stay alive longer because I healed probably 3 times throughout the whole game, and so I was able to keep characters 1 health extra. I wish that she had more sufficient healing ability.
I think the ability she should have, I don't know if this is in a card, but maybe block the skill of a certain character for 1 turn, because Scar just completely destroys that character.
Yeah. So, but if you're playing with Scar and her, wow.
That would be bad.
That'd be a good combination.
That would be bad for the opponent. I don't think you could beat that.
So, for me, Buzz Lightyear, I would give like a 5 out of 10. Elsa, I would give like a 7 or actually 8 out of 10 because she did help me survive a long time. Scar, 10 out of 10. And Quinn's going to talk about Scar because Scar is phenomenal in this game.
Yeah, basically, anytime, he pretty much has to be on a victory point space, which is really easy. And he has a good mix. He moves, and also he does a lot of damage up close, and also he pushes characters back. So this is a turn I did during my...
Here, let me see some of his cards so I can show it.
Here's...
Some of his good ones.
Here, take my deck, or whatever. We don't need this anymore, we're not playing. But basically, I did a move like this. I had Elsa right here, and then I just was able to deal 3 damage.
Look at that one, 5 damage.
Deal 3 damage, knock her back, and get a victory point. Wow, what's that do?
5 damage.
Wow.
So there's a 5 damage card.
That's insane.
I mean, there's so many different things. Like, Scar is amazing.
I think he's a little bit overpowered.
Each non-token character on your team deals 1 damage up to 1 rival adjacent to them. Like, he is like, if you want, like, I would say if you have him and a healer, that is ultimate, and then the third one would probably be a card manipulation type character.
Yeah.
So, but he's phenomenal. So how did you enjoy playing him? Like, what was some of the tactics that you found out?
I did this, like, I would like, utilize his move. Like, I would deal lots of damage, move characters away, and then immediately go back in the victory point spaces so I could keep on getting victory points, dealing tons of damage, and I would still have his constant ability activated because I was on the victory point space. He does a lot of damage in a move and kind of forcing your opponent to stay more in the backline area. Yeah. So you definitely win, like, if you're up against him, you definitely need to have, like, some characters supporting your other characters, or else one character will just get destroyed.
Yeah, like he was saying, there's a card which allows you to attack
and move
your opponent from wherever tile or area
And
they
you
were,
move him as
and
well.
you move him. So he kept using that. I think there might be 2 or 3 in the card deck, but it was very efficient because it allowed him to not only kill, but then also get to the middle parts where he get extra victory token.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the game went very smoothly. I would say that I was using this character, Elsa and Jack Skeleton. Quinn used Scar, Buzz Lightyear, and Ariel. The Ariel and Scar worked well together. Buzz Lightyear did not fit well in that group.
Yeah, I think they should have included more of a character that can kind of balance out the field or something like that. Like the cars. I feel like Buzz Lightyear more fits in just the base game, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the base game.
For me, Elsa and this one, it pretty much were the 2 dominant characters. Jack Skeleton, which is my favorite character of any Disney movie, kind of not fit in this group. So that's where I think if I had either Scar or even, I don't know about Ariel, but I needed a more damage dealer because Jack didn't do much. I mean, he did where he could attack from a distance or ranged attacks.
It's because he stacks all of those effects he puts on him. He stacks off of other characters in the other expansion pack, and you weren't playing with any of the other spooky characters, so you weren't gaining those effects.
Yeah. So, but Elsa and this character worked very well together.
Yeah.
So, what did you think about the expansion overall compared to some of the other ones?
I think if I were to rank the expansions, I would rank the Ocean, the Turn of the Tide expansion, the highest, Leading the Charge second, and actually no, I would rank Turn of the Tide first, Frozen Chill second, and Leading the Charge third because Buzz Lightyear really didn't do much, and also Frozen Chills and Turn of the Tide also added new special abilities like the Turn of the Tide added this, and also went a whole bunch of new effects, whereas this one kind of felt more like the base game a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It felt more simple.
So for me, I would say I like Turn the Tide first, Leading the Charge second, and then Thrills and Chills last. I think Thrills and Chills, there are good characters in it, but you have to play with certain characters so they don't stand out by themselves. Yeah. Leading the Charge, Scar and Elsa can be used in any team. You have a main attacker and a healer. And then Turn the Tide, almost all the characters are good in that one. So that's anything else?
Not really. I would say though that the Turn the Tide is pretty. It would work really good with Scar because it's also an attacker. And there was this one character that kind of attacks all the characters.
Oh, yeah.
It attacks all the characters. You have to flip up its ability immediately, its upgrade, but it deals damage to all the characters. And you could stack out the damage when you're on a victory point. So you could pretty much just bomb the whole enemy side with those 2 characters.
And then Scar would just... Yeah. Whatever's still alive would kill.
Yeah, and then you could just have Elsa and just keep on healing and healing and healing. So they could every time you would attack literally everyone, you would just heal your own up, and then your opponents would basically not be able to have a chance.
Nope.
So, I think that this game definitely does have a lot of tactics to it, and there's really not much of a luck-based factor to it, more strategy than luck. No. I could actually see this game being a tournament, or they could maybe evolve it into a trading card game or something like that.
There's a tournament currently occurring.
Really?
Yeah, where you could win money and everything.
And this is kind of what I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this game. Disney Lorcana, that's what I kind of imagine this is going to be. That's going to be it's going to be more like this. Yeah. Because they could really evolve off of that and use some of the mechanics that are in this game and put it to that game and make it some really cool balanced card bound game. Because I will say this game is very balanced.
Yeah, it's extremely balanced. It's a really good 1 versus 1 game. Probably one of the better ones that we played.
Yeah.
And there's so many different variables where you will be able to combine different characters into groups, and they work well together. We haven't played enough to master it yet, but we do know some of the characters that just are phenomenal, and we know you in any game, especially with 3 character games, you're going to want a healer, you're going to want an attacker, and you're going to want someone that pretty much puts protection or keeps your other characters away, to protect your main characters. So
I think the thing is, though, that we really don't know much about the base game characters, which is the majority. We've mostly been sticking with the expansion characters, so we don't know how the base game characters actually how they synergize with the expansion characters, how well those two together. Because I could imagine that they kind of try to keep them where the base game characters can kind of play off of each other.
Yeah. So. Awesome game. Love the expansions. Definitely, if you haven't got this expansion, it's definitely well worth it with Elsa and Scar. Buzz Lightyear, but I mean, you can't have all aces in the game. So, great expansion. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Social media down below in the description. We will have a link where to buy the expansion, and we'll see you in the next video.